All right, we've got the MicroFreaks with the Youth Power Kids rig that the sail rigs on. These are a really unique project that I did back in 2001, where I designed a whole line of kids sails and rigs that were scaled down from adult rigs like what we use. One of the biggest problems with kids rigs that most brands offer is they don't have any left curve. In other words, the mast is just a straight pole, so the sail doesn't really react except in the lightest of winds. This particular sail and rig is designed to flex and breathe like the same kind of rigs that us as adults get to use. The rig consists of adjustable boom that rigs from the 0.8 meter size up to the 2.6, and a 5-part Prebent alloy mast with a EVA gripped boom area. The system for assembling it is push pins, very simple, easy to assemble and disassemble, and pretty robust in things like sand and things like that. So right now I'm building the mast for this 2.6 meter MicroFreak sail. As you can see, there's 2 positions on each section along a short position, and this is designed so that every single sail size can be rigged without a vario top. So the mast fits every single sail based on an assortment of pushpin positions. So here, the mast needs to be shortened just by a small section because I don't want the rig to be too high. If I was teaching a taller sailor, like a young, say, 10 or 12-year-old, I would keep the sail higher off the board to allow for a higher boom position. So the length of the mast not only affects the rigging of the sail, but you also use the different mast lengths based on how high you want the rig off the board. So sometimes you have really tiny, skinny, tall kids that just need their boom a lot higher, so you just actually raise the whole sail and rig off the deck. Insert the mast just like a regular sail, and the biggest difference is the amount of tension required compared to an adult sail is much lower. So when you go ahead and thread the downhaul line, you only have to use 1 or 2 loops through the grommet because the amount of tension is quite low. It's important when you thread the lines that you keep the line going in a continuous loop so that it doesn't bind on itself. And sometimes it's a bit counterintuitive, the path that it should be taken, but that's quite important that the sail, that the lines don't bind with each other. Now I'm gonna put on the boom. First I'm going to adjust the length of the boom. It comes in its shortest position for the 0.8. So I'm going to go to the maximum length for this 2.6. And it's a standard double pin adjustment system and pretty straightforward for somebody who's done windsurfing before. Attaching the boom is really easy, and the fact that there's the EVA foam on that mast section means that you don't have to clamp it crazy hard to get the boom to hold its position. So just a nice snug fit where the rope is well tensioned, and that boom will not slide up or down due to the EVA covering on the aluminum. Downhaul uses a loop go system, so you just simply put the loop through the grommet. There's 2 grommets. Really, it's based on tall child, short child. That's really the only reason you would use one grommet or the other. Taller children would use the upper grommet. And then I just wrap the outhaul around the sail and thread it through itself once with a slight tension just to keep the line in place. As far as downhaul tension goes, you want to bend the mast a little bit and have some spring to the rig. So do give it some downhaul tension. You don't want a bunch of downhaul wrinkles. Once that's done, you can stow the extra line in the mast pocket. And wrap the tack strap around. Normally you would do this after you've attached the sail to the universal on the board. The uphaul wraps around the mast pocket. The system for the MicroFreak is the same as the Super Freaks. The battens above the boom do not go all the way to the luff of the mast. to tension the battens. Grab the batten tensioner off the end of the sail bag and insert into the set screw on each batten pocket, tensioning the batten inside, smoothing out the sail. The two middle battens, which are not full length, require a lot less tension than the top and bottom battens. Okay, this is the MicroFreak 2.6, fully functioning, high performance kid sail. One thing about the Youth Power rig is, like I mentioned before, is the Prebent Mast, and each sail size is cut for each mast length. So we remove sections from the top down as you get into smaller and smaller sails. At this position, I'm in the 2.8 mast length. And at this point, you definitely want to use the lower setting to get the boom lower for the children. You can also lower the boom down the position to get it really, really low. The other thing is that this mast is designed to flex and twist off. The sail is very durable and will last for years and many children to come.